We begin tonight with a major announcement from Governor Katie Hobbs concerning the use of Arizona water. It's a story that's infuriated many of you.
The governor announced today that Arizona is terminating its lease with a Middle Eastern-owned farm operating in La Paz County, about 90 minutes west of Phoenix. The farm grows alfalfa for dairy cows in Saudi Arabia, where the crop is illegal to grow because it needs a lot of water. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. We've been following this story, the farm's water use, for over a year now, with calls for action from state leaders growing since then. Team 12's Gabriela Becerra joins us in studio with details on why the state is kicking the company out now. Gabby?
Well, Mark Caribe, Fondomonte, Arizona leases nearly 10,000 acres of farmland from the state, and the state claims Fondomonte has been in violation of its lease for several years. Tonight, Fondomonte is fighting back, saying that's not the case. Much of La Paz County's groundwater is being used up by commercial farms owned by Middle Eastern companies. One of the companies is Fondomonte, Arizona, a Saudi Arabian dairy supplier growing alfalfa in La Paz County and shipping it back to Saudi Arabia to feed cows. The crop demands a lot of water, and Fondomonte isn't required to tell the state how much they're using.
That's an area where there is very, very little regulation of groundwater. You're allowed to drill a well and pump the groundwater and put it to beneficial use.
State leaders told Fondomonte they can't operate in Arizona anymore. The state land department terminated one of 4 leases with the company. They won't renew the other 3 when they expire in February. In a statement, Governor Katie Hobbs says it's unacceptable that Fondomonte has continued to pump unchecked amounts of groundwater out of our state while in clear default of their lease. Hobbs claims Fondomonte was given notice to fix numerous issues dating back to 2016. She says by August of this year, the company had allegedly failed to do so. Fondomonte says the state is mistaken. In a statement, a company spokesperson says they're adhering to all the conditions of the lease, adding they will continue to work with Governor Hobbs and the state to resolve groundwater matters and misinformation.
These are leases that never should have been put in place, to begin with.
La Paz County Board of Supervisors Chairwoman Holly Irwin tells me she's relieved by the state's decision, but thinks there should have been more oversight from the beginning.
Specifically, if the state is leasing this land, has to be a mechanism put in to see how much water is being pumped out, because right now we don't know. We don't even know what we have underneath the ground.
Arizona State University Kyle Center for Water Policy Director Sarah Porter says the problem will persist if state regulations remain the same.
Ending the lease will certainly have some impact on groundwater demand in the immediate term, but it doesn't stop industrial scale agriculture from developing in these places where groundwater isn't regulated.
Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays says her office worked with the governor on the inspections. In a statement, Mays says these leases should have never been signed in the first place. In studio, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabriela, thank you.